Welcome to the Felt Dyslexic Artist Interview. My name is Liz Buckridge. For me, as a dyslexic artist, other artists and creatives have always been my number one inspiration. In these interviews, we talk with artists and creatives who share their stories, and we gain insight into their process from inspiration to art tips, career building, and more. We're so lucky to listen to the wisdom of Ala von Auersperg today. I'm excited to hear about her past and future projects and insight on life as an artist. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for talking with us today. I'm going to jump right in. Describe the art you make. What medium do you primarily work in, and why do you choose that medium?
I work tempera on panel or pencil on paper or watercolor on either gesso paper or watercolor paper. I started off drawing, and I've been because I hated watercolor, and then I went to tempera because I liked the ability to control it, and then I've since gone to watercolor, and now I would really like to go to oil, but I'm comfortable in those mediums except for oil.
Do you work in any other mediums?
No, well, I mean, I do my drawing, but then I also design clothes. And so we take my drawings and we photograph them, we digitize them, and we create prints, and then we create clothing using those prints. So I suppose I do, I mean, in a more digital way.
How did you get into making art? Can you tell us about your background when you first became interested in art?
It was a complete accident. I have a really good friend who's an artist, who's a sculptor. Actually, she's a ceramicist out of Minnesota. And she came to New York to go to the studio school. My kids were all out at school. I mean, I was kind of at a loss between projects. And she sort of said, look, I'm going to go take a class from this incredible teacher from the studio school. So I started going with her. And she also said, look, this woman can teach anybody how to draw, because I didn't think I could ever learn how to draw. And she's intense. She's an Iraqi Jew who lives in Israel. Her father was in the Mossad. I mean, she's intense. She's also the painter's painter. She's called Ofer Shemesh. She's an amazing painter. But I mean, for a long time, I couldn't understand what she was saying. I mean, flash, what's flash? It took me 2 years to realize that flash was flesh, because I was too scared to ask her what it was. But she really was an amazing teacher. She emphasized basically the old skills, measure everything you do, and then you can take off from there, which I still do, because I think it is amazing how you can find a small unit of measurement almost everywhere in nature that you choose to draw. And it kind of enforces a discipline, and it's a very cool way to work.
Yeah, that's cool. How did you get into your specific style? What themes or subjects inspire your work?
I paint or draw the things that I like. I have to say that years ago, I used to do the figure, and I'd like to get back to doing the figure, but I can't put the figure on clothing. So I tend to do things that I know that I might ultimately be able to use for my clothes, but that's not the, no, but that's the only just restriction. So I paint things that I think are interesting, geometrically in shape or complex or beautiful, or I mean, just something that is innately appealing, but I don't really understand. I try to take from nature. Sometimes I photograph what I see in nature, and I keep it as a reference point. So because I mean, if you're doing flowers, they can die before you finish working with them. But that's basically, I'll paint what I like.
Yeah, it's a lot of nature in your work.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself neurodivergent or neurotypical?
Neurotypical.
Have you faced any challenges or setbacks in your art career, and how did you overcome them?
I mean, it took me really, I didn't think that I could do it. So I had no expectations. Then when I got to a certain point, my teacher was trying to get me to show my work, and I really didn't want to show my work. So that's really how I got into designing clothes, because I had a designer friend of mine. He said, look, why don't you just put your work on fabric? So that was my way of getting around a major hurdle. I'm still really nervous about showing my work, but I'll put it on clothing anytime. So that's sort of weird. Otherwise, because I came to it so late, and because I had no expectations at all, I really haven't had that angst of, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this, because I never expected to do it.
Low expectations. That's a good tip.
No, not really. Not really a good tip. It just worked for me because I was able to get around the anxiety. And so basically what I'm able to do is do exactly what I want to do. And I'm not worried about somebody over my shoulder judging me. So that's nice. I mean, that's a luxury, because I'm not worried about having to go out and sell that work tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that. Where did you grow up?
First few years in Europe, in Austria and Germany, mostly Austria, and then in New York. I went to school, ended up school in Baltimore, outside of Baltimore, so in the States most of my life, and New York most of my life.
Yeah. Did you do art when you were a little kid?
No, I took a drawing course in high school. I did a pretty good job, but there were so many artsy girls in my class. It was like I was hiding. I just thought they were so good, and this was not me. And I mean, I remember we had to draw. We had a figure head of Alexander the Great, beautiful head. So I mean, it was easy to draw. But I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. It turned out all right, but I didn't think that I had any talent for it.
Hmm. What's your favorite colorway for your art? And is the colors for your art the same or different as the colors in your house?
I mean, I use a lot of oranges, corals, not so much yellow. And I echo those in my house, but I also really love blue. So, I mean, I use a lot of blue. Those are sort of my colors.
Yeah. Yeah. So describe the space where you make your art.
It's usually small, like this tiny shack. I don't need big spaces because I'm not working on big work. I love to have spaces that are away from where I live so that nobody can find me, or it's annoying to come and find me. That kind of works for me.
I love that so much. Well, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but how did your school system support your interest in art growing up?
I did go to an incredibly artsy school, so it really didn't. And I mean, I did photography when I was in school, and I was mostly interested in photography because it was the only place they couldn't find you smoking a cigarette. I could have blown myself up, but I did like the process of taking photographs, and I like the process of developing. So I was I guess I like process.
Yeah, that makes sense. How do you see your work evolving or changing in the future? What do you have planned?
Um, if I have more time, I would work less on where I know the ultimate product has to be digitized in working clothing. I'd like to go back to the body. I'd like to go into to oil. So I mean, I'm looking to explore that and trying to create time for it. So that's where I'd like to go.
Yeah, figures.
Yeah.
Is making art for you an emotional process or a strategic process?
Well, I mean, it starts off as being strategic because I have to create a certain amount of work in order to get to where I want to go with my design, my fashion design, but it really is an emotional process because once I get into it, what comes out of it is your style basically is emotional. It comes from the emotion. So once I get going, it's emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you walk us through your process from idea to finished piece?
I mean, I think about what I'm going to draw quite a lot. And then I'll either go photograph it, pick it, get it, buy it. I mean, arrange it. If it's a still life, I mean, and then I'll draw it, and then I'll paint it. I mean, but I sort of pretty much figure it out before I go there where I want to go with it.
Mhm. How do you get it on the clothes?
Photograph it, and then we manipulate it digitally.
Yeah.
So once I finish with it, I finish with it. My work is done. I mean, my work is done. So then, I mean, and then I have no problem taking it and manipulating the image because as far as I'm concerned, I've done what, and I have a discipline that it needs to be a picture. It can't just be, and one time when I went off that formula was when somebody wanted me to draw sunflowers and I hate sunflowers. And I did the sunflower and I have hated it ever since. I mean, it just doesn't work. So, I mean, I have to like the composition, like the picture, and then it's a whole new chapter to go photograph it, digitalize it, and put it on clothes.
Yeah. Right. How do you combine the art you love to make and the art you sell?
It starts off as the art that I make. It might end up different because it's a whole different process. It's like starting all over again when we digitize it. I mean, we can change colors, we can move the shapes. We don't change the line, but we can move the composition because it's just not gonna work. If it's a landscape, it's not gonna work as a landscape. So I mean, we'll do that. So it's totally different. Well, I end up taking my work and using the pieces to create another work.
Yeah,
So
I love that. How do people find your art to purchase?
what they could contact me at Ala von Auersperg.com. And I can send them pictures if they want.
We can put that information in the show notes. You have a website.
I do have a website, but we don't sell my work on the website, so they'd have to contact me individually.
Oh. So you sell your pieces?
Sorry, I mean, I would sell my pieces. I have too many pieces. I need to sell my pieces. But I've never done a gallery show. I'm thinking about doing a gallery show, but
Yeah.
I never have.
Heard
I've
it
always
here
just
first.
huh?
Heard it here first.
No, I've always focused more on the end product. For me, is the clothes. So that is the gallery show. But I mean, now I've got 100 works on paper. I mean, God knows how many boards. I mean, it's you can't hang it all up in my house. It's just gotta go.
Oh my God, that's gonna be amazing. Can you share a recent piece of work that you're particularly happy about?
I can send you a photograph of it.
What is it?
It's actually in New York right now. It's manta rays in the water.
Oh,
Yeah, it's cool.
that's cool. How do you stay motivated as an artist?
Fear. Fear of not getting it done. Yeah.
Are there any artists or creatives that have influenced or inspired your work?
Wait, I love the Renaissance artists, everybody from Bellini, Leonardo da Vinci. That's just I studied art history, and I have to say that learning how to create more out myself has really informed looking at art. So I have to look at art all the time. But I think that the master of all masters is Leonardo.
What advice would you give to an aspiring artist looking to pursue a career in the arts?
Yeah, I mean, you have to feed yourself, but hang in there.
Yeah. What, just keep doing it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to do what you have to do to survive, but I mean, but keep doing it. This is what you love to do. I mean, this is what you love to do. And you ought to continue it. And I mean, breakthroughs happen. I mean, so.
Okay. What is your favorite book, movie, song, podcast?
Okay, so Walter Isaacson's book on Leonardo is a favorite book. And that's it.
You're not gonna tell me what kind of music you listen to?
Rolling Stones sometimes, reggae sometimes, classical music sometimes, so.
Nice. And what do you want to talk about that I didn't ask?
I think you covered it.
Yay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us into your studio today. I mean, you are an inspiration.
Oh,
I feel inspired for sure.
thank you, Elizabeth.
And yeah, much love. Thank you. See you next time. Yay.